Hey everyone, welcome back to the J&May English Podcast. I'm May.
And I'm Mr. J, and today is a good one.
It really is, because today we are talking about how to learn English without studying.
No textbooks, no boring grammar drills.
No falling asleep at your desk at 11 p.m.
We've all been there, May.
Okay, be honest. How many of you right now have an English app on your phone that you haven't opened in like 3 weeks?
Don't feel bad. That's actually exactly why we made this episode.
Because there is a better way, and Mr. J is going to tell us all about it.
We are going to talk about it together.
Yes, okay, together. Let's go.
So, May, let me ask you something. When you were a kid, how did you learn your first language?
I just talked. I listened to my mom. I watched cartoons. I didn't sit down and study grammar.
Exactly. Nobody taught you the rules first. You just heard the language over and over in real situations.
Oh, wow. That's actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Right? You didn't read a book about how to say I'm hungry. You just cried until someone gave you food.
Okay, that's a little too real, but I understand what you mean. So we can do the same thing with English?
That's the whole idea. The brain learns language by experiencing it, not just memorizing it.
So studying grammar rules and long vocabulary lists, that's not the best way?
It's not that it's completely wrong. It's like trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about water.
Oh, I love that. You can read everything about swimming, but until you jump in the pool...
You don't actually know how to swim.
Okay, I'm convinced. Tell me more.
So here's why this matters. A lot of people spend years studying English, years, and then they meet a native speaker and they just freeze.
Oh my gosh, yes, that happened to me. I studied for so long and then someone asked me, "Hey, how's it going?" And my brain just went blank.
Because how's it going is not in the textbook the same way people actually use it.
Right. The textbook says, "How are you?" And you say, "I am fine, thank you." But in real life, nobody talks like that.
Exactly. So learning English without studying means learning the language people actually use in movies and songs, in conversations and podcasts.
Like this one?
Like this one. You're literally learning English right now without a single textbook.
That's kind of amazing and a little sneaky. I like it.
That's the idea. Make it feel like life, not school.
Okay, so this is super important for people who want to make friends, travel, or just feel confident, right?
100%. Think about it. If you want to travel to another country, you need real English, not the cat is on the table English.
Nobody is going to say that at an airport.
And if you want to work with international companies or watch your favorite shows without subtitles or just connect with people from different cultures, you need English that feels natural.
And studying alone in your room with a grammar book doesn't really prepare you for that.
Not completely, no. You need to hear it, feel it, use it.
I want that. I think everyone listening wants that.
Good, because that's what we're here for.
Hey, real quick, if you're finding this helpful, please subscribe to the podcast. We put out new episodes every week with tips just like this to help you improve your English fluency naturally. Hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out.
And leave us a comment later because we have a question for you at the end of the episode.
Okay, back to the good stuff. Mr. J, what's the first thing someone should actually do if they want to learn English without studying?
All right, so here's the first big idea, and I want you to really think about this. It's called Comprehensible Input.
Okay, that sounds a little complicated. What does comprehensible mean?
Good question. Comprehensible means you can understand it. So comprehensible input means content in English that you can mostly understand.
Oh, so like not too hard, not too easy.
Exactly. Think of it like climbing stairs. You don't jump straight to the top floor.
You go one step at a time.
Right. So if you're a beginner, you watch a cartoon in English, or a simple YouTube video, or you listen to a podcast made for learners, like this one.
And your brain is absorbing the language even when you don't realize it?
Yes, this is the key thing. You don't have to understand every single word. You just need to understand enough to follow along.
Wait, really? So I don't have to pause and look up every new word in the dictionary?
Please don't do that. It kills the experience. Just keep going. Your brain will figure it out over time.
That is so different from how I was taught to study.
I know. But think about when you watch a movie and there's one word you don't know. Do you stop the movie?
No, I just keep watching, and usually I understand from the situation.
That's called learning from context, and it's incredibly powerful.
Okay, wow. Wait, here's the best part though, right? Because this means watching Netflix in English is actually studying?
Well, yes and no. If you're watching with subtitles in your own language, you're mostly reading your language, not listening to English.
Oh, caught.
Try English subtitles or no subtitles at all if you can manage, and pick shows where the language isn't too complicated.
Like a simple comedy or a show for kids?
Kids' shows are actually amazing for language learning. Don't be embarrassed about it.
I will absolutely be watching cartoons tonight and calling it studying.
Okay, so next tip, and this one is my personal favorite. It's called shadowing.
Shadowing? Like following someone around?
Kind of, actually. So a shadow follows you everywhere, right? It copies every move you make.
Yeah.
Shadowing in language learning means you listen to someone speaking English and you repeat what they say at the same time or just a second after.
Oh, like copying their voice?
Exactly. Their pronunciation, their speed, their rhythm, everything.
That sounds a little strange, honestly.
It does at first, but here's the thing. This is how actors learn accents. This is how translators train their ears. It works incredibly fast.
Okay, but what do I shadow? Like just any English video?
Start with something short, a 1-minute clip of someone speaking clear English. Maybe a speech, maybe a scene from a show you like. Play it. Pause after every sentence and repeat it out loud.
Out loud? I can't do that at the office.
Okay, fine. Do it at home, or in the car, or in the shower. Actually, the shower is perfect.
Mr. J out here giving shower tips on an English podcast.
Hey, whatever works.
But seriously, this actually trains your mouth, right? Not just your brain?
That's exactly it. Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth needs practice just like your hands need practice to play guitar.
Ooh, I like that. You wouldn't listen to guitar music and expect to be able to play.
You have to actually practice moving your mouth. Same with English. You have to actually practice moving your mouth.
This changed everything for me, honestly, because I used to think if I just understood English, I could speak it.
Understanding and speaking are two different muscles. You have to train them both.
Okay, so we have comprehensible input, watching and listening to things you mostly understand, and we have shadowing, copying and repeating out loud. What else?
All right. This next one is about making English part of your everyday life, not a separate study time.
What do you mean?
Okay, so what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Honestly, I check my phone.
Perfect. What if your phone was in English?
Oh.
Change your phone settings to English. Follow English accounts on social media. Set your apps to English.
So every time I check Instagram, I'm reading English.
Every notification, every button, every little message, it all adds up.
That's like putting English everywhere so you can't escape it.
Exactly. Immersion. You know when people say the best way to learn a language is to move to that country?
Yeah, everyone says that.
It's not because of the school there. It's because you are surrounded by the language every single minute of the day.
So we can create that environment at home.
Yes, English podcasts during breakfast, English music while you cook, English YouTube instead of videos in your language.
Okay, but wait, am I supposed to, actively study all of this or just let it wash over me?
Both. Sometimes you actively focus, like with shadowing, but sometimes you just expose yourself and let your brain do the work in the background.
Like background music that slowly becomes a song you know all the words to.
That is a perfect analogy. I'm using that.
You're welcome.
All right, here's one more tip, and this one surprises people. Talk to yourself.
Sorry, what?
In English, just narrate your day in English, in your head or out loud.
Like, now I am making coffee?
Exactly. Or, I'm so tired today. I don't want to go to work, but okay, let me get up.
So just have a little conversation with myself in English.
It forces you to find words, to think in English instead of translating from your language.
Oh, that's the thing, right? Most people think in their language first and then translate to English, and that slows them down.
Yes, and it makes people nervous too because they're doing two jobs at once. But the goal is to start thinking directly in English.
And talking to yourself helps train that?
It's one of the best ways because there's no pressure. No one is judging you. You can make mistakes. You can stop and restart.
I feel like this is also just great for mental health in general, honestly.
I mean, talking through your day? Yes, probably.
Okay, so just to bring it all together, we're not saying never open a grammar book ever again, right?
Right, that's important to say. Grammar has its place, but it works better after you already have a feel for the language. You notice a pattern and then you look it up. That's natural grammar learning.
So you use the grammar book to confirm what you're already starting to feel, not as the starting point.
Beautifully said.
I'm learning.
Wait, here's the best part of all of this, and I want everyone to hear this clearly.
Okay, go.
You can start today, right now. You don't need a new course. You don't need to buy a book. You don't need to sign up for anything.
You literally just need to change what you're already doing.
Watch one thing in English today. Repeat some sentences out loud. Change your phone language. That's it.
Small steps every single day.
Small steps beat big efforts that you never actually start.
I need that on a poster.
I'll design it later.
Okay. Let me tell you what I got from today, in my own words, just to make sure I've got it.
Go for it.
So basically, the brain learns language by experiencing it, not just memorizing rules. The way we all learned our first language, by hearing it, using it, living in it, that's actually the right way. We just forgot to apply it to English. So instead of studying, we should be consuming English, watching shows, listening to podcasts, reading things we enjoy. And it should be a level we mostly understand, not super hard stuff that confuses us.
Perfect.
Then we practice speaking by shadowing, copying real people's voices. And we create an English environment around us, phone, music, social media, everything. And we talk to ourselves in English, which I'm absolutely going to do tonight.
And you just described the whole episode better than I could have.
Look at me go. See, this is what happens when you actually understand something instead of memorizing it.
I couldn't have planned that better.
All right, we have a question for you, and we really want you to answer this in the comments.
What is one thing in your daily life that you can switch to English starting today? Maybe your phone language, maybe your morning playlist, maybe the show you watch tonight.
Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
And if this episode helped you, share it with one friend who is also learning English. It really means a lot to us.
Because the best way to help someone learn English is to walk with them.
Not just hand them a textbook.
Never just a textbook.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. And we will see you in the next episode of the J&May English Podcast. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep going. You've got this.